Hi everyone, we have another really nice unstructured video this week where we're doing a lot of things. So one thing we have done this week is the lime is done, so spreading. And then the previous video I showed you the ramp and things. So all those paddocks are done, so all the lime is done now, and that has been cleaned up. So what we're gonna do this time is getting that shed ready for fertilizer that is coming in Monday, and the shed is basically ready. We just need to like clean it out a bit, like giving it a sweep. So that's done. The quad bike is finally repaired. It had a issue with like a fuel line that broke off. So that's just done, and I will be working on the Land Cruiser Ute that has been broken by not me. So that we'll be doing that this week, and probably some other activities. So that is the old cruiser we're working on today. What we did 2 weeks ago was we changed the brake line in the back, and we changed the brake pads because those were completely worn out. And then when we put everything back together, we didn't completely do up the wheel nuts, which are those ones like we didn't really do them up strong. So after a while they started getting a bit loose, and they completely wore out the inner side. So this is a new shiny rim, which unfortunately has to go on the old Ute, but they completely wore out the insides of this, and as you can see, they might have affected the studs as well a bit. So yeah, we can't use that anymore. And so that is the hub there. No, that's the old one. There's the new one. So yeah, fresh new studs ready to go in. So we're gonna put everything back together, and this time we will actually tighten up the wheel nuts. Finally we're done. A really nice white shiny rim is back on there, and fingers crossed I put everything back in the right place. No spare parts left over, so that's always a bonus. I'll start this up, get that out of the way, and once that is done, we'll be going over to Big Blue. Give that a bit of a grease, and then probably put that out on the paddock and do a bit of Grizzly or plowing today. So that's gonna be nice. The weather itself is kind of shitty though. Like it's this light rain, and it's like summer is kind of over. That's what they've been telling here, and I don't want it to be over. I just got used to the heat, and I haven't really got the feeling of summer yet. So this is definitely not going to be my kind of season. No. Oh well. All right, let's start this up and get it out of the shed. Before we go off into the field, so we just greased up, we did all the grease nipples, and that should be good to go. Before we go to the paddock, we need to fuel up a bit because we're quite low on fuel. I have been in this tractor only once, and it's a bit of a, I think this screen is quite irrelevant because that is for seating. And this is more about the tractor, so how much power we're using, the amount of hectares that we've done, fuel rates, things like that. So yeah, before we get started, we'll just idle up a bit, warm up a bit, and then get some fuel, check the pressure on the tires. I think 1 or 2 tires were a bit low on pressure. So we'll put some more air on that, and then we're good to go to the paddock. Alright, we are completely filled up. That is the little indicator, so that's completely full. We have almost 1200 liters in here. That should be enough for today. Air up that tire, that one is flat. So we'll have to loop around and I come back here because the air compressor is up there. And then we're good to go to the paddock. We are on our way to the paddock now, and the paddock that we're going to is that dark looking paddock in the distance, if I am correct. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, cruising up there nice and slowly, and once we're there we'll unfold the plow and get started plowing. Up here is the last paddock that we need to do with the Grizzly. So as soon as that is done, then all of the grizzling or the plowing is done, and then we can have Big Blue on the seeder and get the seeder ready for probably next week or the week after that. We're gonna start seeding. So yeah, we really need to have this one done in the next couple of days, but that's not too bad. It's a big paddock, but it's not too big. So yeah, we're gonna unfold the Grizzly and then just dive straight into it. So I've been going now for a little bit and it is coming up pretty well, as you can see on that side. So all this has been done and I've got all that left, and then a bit more behind that bush as well. So yeah, like it's probably gonna take like 2-3 days to get all of this done. So slowly chipping away. And it's not bad. Like I'm just playing my music in here, having my snacks, something to drink, and you're just going up and down, up and down. But yeah, that's farming for you. And there is this, of course it's gonna be really dusty now. There is this, there it is, that one up there is a little marker that shows how deep the plow is in the ground. So you normally like to have it a bit around 6, 7. Of course the deeper the better, but if you go too deep you lose traction and you get the tractor stuck. So about 6, 7, that is the best. We've got a fair bit done today. You can't really tell because we're on the low side of the hill, but all this up here is done, up onto there, and I think we've done about like 30 hectares or so today, so that's not bad for like the few hours that we were in there. So that's really good, really good. Yeah, we're gonna continue this again next week a little bit. Next week we were also planning on starting burning the paddocks. I think we're burning the cereals, or the paddocks where the cereals used to be in, and slowly starting to get seeding. So that's going to be really interesting. I haven't been seeding at all, so that's why we need to finish this job first, because we need to have Big Blue on the seeder. But yeah, we're last paddock, so we're getting there. We're getting there. So yeah, stay tuned for next week's video, which is hopefully going to be pretty exciting. I'm excited about it because I think we're going to have a lot of cool stuff to show you guys. All right, well, take care. Hope you liked it, and we'll see you guys next week.